We're the Whiskey Sippers, and today we got something very special for you. This is the Heavy Hitter Blind.
And it is going to be delicious. Stick around.
All right, welcome back. And before we get into it, we'll give you a little history on the different bottles. Evan, why don't you get us started?
All right, so we've got George C. Stagg 2022. It's 138.7 proof, 15 and change years from Buffalo Trace. Pretty good bourbon. It's the bottle I had at my wedding, and definitely some good juice. Then we have the Four Roses limited edition 2022. It is, I believe, 14, 15, and 20-year bourbon. Comes in 109 proof. Delicious. It was one of our winners of our shelfers allocated. Now we got the 13 colony double oaked. This is batch 2. This comes in at 136.8 proof. This is out of 13 colony. Little speculation on where their juice comes from, but it is really good. Aged around 10 years or so. How do you want to hit on these ones?
Yeah, so this is the William Heaven Hill 17 year, coming at 120 proof from Heaven Hill Distillery. Fantastic bottle, distillery only release. The Russell Reserve 13 coming in at 114.8 proof, 13 years old, wild turkey juice. That's something that's hard to beat.
And I think it's batch 5 is what this is.
No, this one is batch 2.
Batch 2.
This is batch 2. Batch 2. And the Old Van Winkle 10 year. So, what is it? 107 proof, Buffalo Trace weeded mash bill. Everybody knows Old Rip Van Winkle, Pappy, all that. So this is the 10-year version.
Asleep many years in the wood. 10 summers old, if
Yeah.
you didn't know.
So we are going to put these head to head and let you know what we think.
Yeah.
So let's get this started.
Yeah, we're going to take our time with these, so just bear with us on heavy hitters we have here. So we'll start with A.
Class A. My God, it's so good.
It's sweet, candied sugar cherries.
Yeah, sugared candy
Man.
is such an apt description.
Now, because this is a blind, as much as we want to guess what they are, I kind of don't want to guess what they are. But I'm sure we'll have a little.
So this is incredibly pleasant on the nose. It's no ethanol burn, no youth. It's just sweet and robust and flavorful. I get like a marshmallow.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
All right.
This is going to be really hard.
Yeah, we're going to go through the nose and the taste and the palate and all that stuff, but we'll do the
Class B.
Class B. So this is a little more leathery.
Yeah,
earthy.
I get tobacco on that. That's
a
the
little
first
more-
thing that hit me was like a tobacco.
A little more dense, but not as sweet. But
It's more. This is more towards like a classical bourbon note,
Yeah.
tobacco and leather, and I mean I do get like a brown sugar
Yeah.
on it, but that tobacco and leather is strong on it. But it's got a very strong scent without the ethanol. It's not burning my nostrils.
yeah, this is
Very.
yeah. This is gonna be a tough one. All right, so number 3.
Okay, this one's very marshmallow.
Yeah,
A little bit of toffee.
it's light. It's not as dense or as the other two, especially the second one.
Yeah, it's a little lighter on the nose, but it's very much like marshmallow toffee sweetness.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I mean, I'm sure none of these are going to be bad, but there is there 3.
Yep, D. Oh, that's caramel bomb. Oak and caramel. It's really, really strong.
Dark, rich, and robust.
Yep.
I have a speculation. On this
Yeah,
one.
I know which one that is.
I think I know which one this is.
Yeah, I know which one it is too.
Oh.
E.
Oh.
It's hard to get away from any of these. They're all so good.
Yeah.
So this is the least nose I've had so far in any of them.
But it does have a little something for it.
I mean, I do get like a little bit of the caramel, maybe a little bit of berry, but it's like it's the weakest nose out of
it's
the
definitely
first five.
like not like dark, but like a gray. It gets there, but that yeah, it's good, but nothing like I need to go back. I'd much rather have any of the other noses.
Yeah, that's the least on the nose to this point. And F. Oh, that's different. That's the like the least. It's not sweet.
I was
The
gonna say,
others were all sweeter.
now.
This is like the least sweet. I think it's got more on the nose. It's just not sweet.
I don't know.
It's oaky, but it's floral. It's got more of a floral scent than any of the other ones we've smelled. Maybe a little nutty, maybe.
It does
Like floral and nutty. It's different.
Between 5 and 6, I feel like these two are very close on the nose. I think it almost has. I think 5 is a little bit better of a nose than 6. I don't know. Maybe my glass is just a tad less full or something.
It's hard to decide. Like I don't think I can pick a winner on the nose.
I think the first 4, whichever these are,
the first 4
definitely have something that are like
a little bit more
characteristic or something. All
right,
well,
to the palate.
Let's try A. Here we go.
Let's go. Oh my god. Oh, that's fantastic. That has got a hell of a finish.
Front of the palate, just pow mouthfeel. Like Rocky Balboa is in my mouth.
It's got a pretty strong berry. It's got like a red berry.
Yeah, and it's forward mouthfeel. So like normally I get that with Staggs or something like Buffalo Trace Nashville 1 goes forward on the finish, not as much back.
So it's got my mouth is tingling, but it didn't give me a hug.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has the proof.
Palate.
Yeah. But it's got a it's got oily. It's very oily. A lot of berry to it. Brown sugar.
This is gonna be tough. I wish this was like 2 bottles, 3 bottles. It's like 6 is
Yeah, that's it's brown sugar and red berry and oily and my whole mouth is tingling. That is good.
All right. I think I'll do, just so I have the same control for all these, I'll do a sip of water between.
Yeah. B. Oh, that's nothing like the first one. That's leather. That's leather and burnt brown sugar.
A little softer on them.
It's on the palate. Yeah, it doesn't leave the tingle that the first one did.
Let me let it sit for a second. But I don't know. It's very hard to rank the two comparatively. They're both very hot mouthfeel. Two has a little bit softer delivery.
It's softer. It's a little more viscous.
Yeah.
But it's got that leather tobacco and less of the fruitiness.
Number 3.
Oh my God, that nose. That opened up beautifully. Holy cow. Oh wow, that's like a caramel, and there's some kind of like a slight fruitiness in there, or like a almost banana. I want to say like a banana type, a banana Foster, like caramel banana cooked together or something type. It's not a berry fruit. darker fruit like that.
You let it sit in your mouth for a second with a little bit of saliva. Blows on the front of your tongue. Just let it sit there in your mouth. Let it. Oh. Then boom, right in the front.
Boy, it's got a ton of caramel.
Yeah.
D.
I got a feeling on this one, but
Oh my god, that's pure caramel in the nose. I think I know what this one is too.
I
I'm
know
pretty
what
sure.
this one is. I can tell.
Caramel, oak, and dark chocolate.
Like a smoked brisket.
That is, it's very strong. This is very much the proof. That leaves my mouth a little dry from the proof.
Yeah. Now it could also be because we've had so many.
Yeah, that's true too.
Ooh, pours into this.
So many pores, you can't hold on to his pen.
That's right.
Mm. Caramel, oak, and dark chocolate.
Yeah.
That is the oakiest of the pours. That's the oakiest one
Definitely
so
more,
far for sure.
Darkest, robustiest. Yeah.
I just want to forget reviewing these and just drink them.
I know.
All right.
Well, we're doing it for you. For you.
Okay, E. My nose is opened up. I got a lot more from it than I did when we first nosed it. Not as much on the palate there.
It's not bad, but it's not like,
No, it's
whoa, like you see our reactions from this so far. There's nothing that's like,
so.
damn, I need to buy this today.
It-
Maybe tomorrow.
It's almost flat. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Right when it hits my palate, it doesn't build in my mouth as it gets to the end.
Give you a pop.
It's very just flat. It's like a pop in the front, and then just kind of flat throughout.
Like out of this, you're expecting like a flavor for everything, and then you have a little bit like, oh,
The front was, I got a little bit of a berry,
it was inviting.
but yeah, it was nice. It's just after the other ones, it didn't hit like the other ones hit.
Inviting,
Just flat.
soft.
Yep. Okay.
Those
Last
are
one.
Those are some tasting notes for you. Tame, soft.
So that was all mid palate to me. There's nothing on the front, nothing on the back. So on F, I'm getting almost nothing.
Yeah.
In the mid palate, a little bit of sweetness, but I don't know if it's just so overpowered by the other ones that I just can't hold up or what.
Yeah.
So, all right.
F is after all of this, not doing it. All right, we're back. So we let these sit for a minute. We had a little bit of crackers and some water. Let it, mellow out for a minute. This is pretty hot and heavy. We came back. We did a little nosy nose against each other. The different ones, and kind of came up with our
Top six.
top six.
Our order.
Yeah. So what did you have for sixth place?
So my sixth place was F. I just found it kind of completely flat. It lacked the overall robustness of all the others, and it definitely was.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all great, but it was the least of these six.
Yeah. When you're with this company here, you're kind of like, well, they should all be robust and awesome and delicious and like limited releases and hard to find. And it just really didn't deliver for me as well. So 6 was my last place. And then my 5th place, I had E. So E was my 5th place.
Yeah, so E was also my 5th place. It had a little bit of berry, hit the mid palate or the front of the palate, and then it was just flat the rest of the time. It really didn't build off of that initial hit, and it didn't have much of a finish compared to the others.
This is the one I said was inviting, soft, tame, but it wasn't just like anything robust or like this is. I'm really gravitating towards. So what'd you have for 4?
My 4th place was C.
I also had C as well.
Okay, I had it. It was very much caramel and burnt brown sugar. Oily. I mean, these first 4, the A, B, C, and D really stood out over E and F for me. But out of those 4, the C came in kind of that last place, and it's just amazing. But it just didn't have quite the complexity of the other 3.
Yeah. I had this one as deliciously hot, sweet caramel. But when you really nose these and taste them all and put them against each other and back and forth, and just didn't fall into the top 3. So what'd you have for your 3rd place?
My 3rd place was D. In D, I had it was a caramel bomb. It was a burnt brown sugar. It was dark chocolate. It was very oaky, a little bit salty, but it kind of died there. It was all that dark sweetness, and it never kind of built off of that.
So for me, my 3rd place was B. Softer leather tobacco. It had less fruit on it, but our top 3 were like neck and neck.
Yeah.
So in our top 3 is obviously where we had a little bit of switching up here, but I thought that 2 was just number 2 or B was very good, but it just I wish I had just a little bit more to it. So what was your 2?
So my number 2 was B.
Yep.
And I also thought it was leather and tobacco and a burnt brown sugar, and I like that leather and tobacco in a bourbon. So and it had a really great mouthfeel and a long finish. So to me, that one, A and B was just like a real shootout for me. It was really, really tough. But yeah, so B came out as my number 2.
Yeah, our 2nd and 3rd were the ones that switched. So my 2nd place was D. It just had a lot of dark robustness and tobacco-y, and that was very good. So, and that leaves
A.
first place.
So
A.
we both agreed that A was number 1. It was caramel and brown sugar, but it had a really nice like red berry, and then it had a really, really long finish with an oily mouthfeel. That finish just went on and on and on and on. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Like quintessential bourbon. It was delicious. I mean, these were all very good. Yeah, A just kind of nudged out. I mean, between A, B, and D, kind of took the cake.
Yeah, so A were 1, and so now we're going to reveal what we have. We did have these poured blind, and we had a card. We're going to see what was what.
So what was F?
F was Old Rip Van Winkle. Doesn't surprise me. It was a weeder. It's a lower proof. It was a lower age. I'm not surprised.
Out of the bunch here.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised as a weeder and a lower proof that it came in last. E, that does surprise me. George T. Stagg.
Wow.
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 Wow. Okay, that's a bit of a shock to me. It really, really is. So, I didn't get what I would normally get off a Stagg from there when I drink it like by itself or with like I guess you would say lesser pours.
Yeah.
It didn't hit me like it normally does. That's a big shock.
Yeah. I thought that was in the top.
Yeah. D, 13th Colony, Double Oak, and that was my 3rd place. Your
my second place. I'll just leave it kind of right over here.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me. I kind of knew what that was because it was the darkest of all the pours.
Yeah.
And it was the oakiest.
Yeah.
So it didn't surprise me that that's what D is.
Nope.
C, which was both of our 4th place, I believe, right, was Russell's Reserve 13, batch 2. Okay. So good, but didn't quite match up with those at the top. But all right.
Wow.
And B, which was my 2nd place, your 3rd place, Four Roses limited edition.
Wow. So this will kind of float here.
Yeah, and that means A, both of our 1st place, William Heaven Hill, 17 year.
Holy.
I am really shocked. I'm really shocked. Wow. Okay, yeah. I don't know what else to say.
I don't either.
This order, I would not have picked this order.
Yeah,
and mine's a little bit different. So mine was that.
Yeah.
But that was the only difference. So.
I thought for sure that this was number 1,
I would have
thought
put
this
top
was,
2.
I thought that maybe this was number, 5. If I had to guess, I thought it was 1, 2 or 3, or obviously 2 for me. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. That's
Yeah.
why I do it blind.
I'm shocked. I can't get over the fact that this was our consensus number 1 between us. I'm surprised. That was such a great blind.
Yeah. So if you have one of these, you don't want it, you want to give it to a friend or something, we're here if you need to.
Yeah.
So,
thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know what you think. If you've had these bottles or a combination of these bottles or whatever, just let us know what you think of them. But yeah, so I'm leaving here a little bit of a surprise today.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Well, just remember that the best bourbon or whiskey
is the one you like the most.
All right, see you next time.
Bye.